Okay, it is me, Trika, and I am back. Did you miss me? I am back here for another episode of the Cookout. Now, if you remember a couple of months back, when we finished the first segment, I told you that I would be back with a new series, and we were going to start with Black Joy as Resistance. Now, when I say Black Joy as Resistance, go back and check out the previous episodes 1 through 8 of the Cookout, and you will get the rundown. So we started out with the introduction. How did we get here as a culture of people? How did we get in the situation where we are today? Then we moved on through prior episodes talking about our identity. In order for us to know where we're going and know how we need to organize and what we need to first establish who we are as a people. What is our identity? Then we moved through talking about some pop culture themes, and we ended the series off with me saying that now that we've established our identity, now that we've established how we got here, now the move is Black Joy as Resistance. Now you may be wondering why I decided to go that route. Well, the answer is, not all of us can do the same thing. There are a lot of people who want to be more involved, more active, but resources are simply limited, which is what this whole thing is about. This whole thing is about how do we organize, how do we use our power, how do we use our culture as currency? Because we've discussed our culture, Black culture, is our currency. It is the most influential culture, not only in America, but in the world. So my daughter is actually over in London right now studying for her master's degree, and she is studying a combination of Black culture, Black music, and the Black diaspora. So she is studying how overseas and in different places around the world, Black culture ties into Black culture in America, and how we have this invisible thread amongst all of us. So this all ties into this beautifully, right? So when I say Black culture as resistance, I'm a person who have been this way for a really long time, since birth. And so I was really active in protest. I was really active in raising my voice. I was really active in speaking up in places of employment. I'm from West Texas, so I usually worked around a lot of non-Black people, and I received positions where I was employed at places where there weren't a lot of Black people. And so I was always making a conscious effort to be Black, to stand up for Black, and to show that we are not the typical stereotype. We come in all colors, all shades, all forms, all personalities, right? That whatever behavior that you're witnessing, whether it was good or bad, it wasn't necessarily a Black thing, it was a human thing. So I have been active in my life. My life has been activism. And I'm tired. A lot of pushing against the grain, a lot of fighting people's mindsets, a lot of losing positions, losing friends, because I was unwilling to bow down or unwilling to give in to the stereotypes, give in to mistreatment. I've also always been a person who stood up for the underdog, right? So things have happened in my life personally where I believe, I don't know what you want to call it, the devil, the ego, the energy. I believe that there has been this force that thought if you could put tragedies in my life and give me problems, that it would shut me up. And it did for a little while. Some things happened that made me say, well, how can you now be so vocal about your beliefs when this person in your life has done something so terrible? And so there was a period of time where I questioned my activism, and I questioned, you got to sweep your own front porch. But something I also realized during that time was, because the situation I'm speaking of was with one of my children. And so through life and through being around my other children's friends, I realized that our own children can live with us and we can tell them things, and they don't ever see until someone else tells them, right? So the fact that my children made certain mistakes didn't mean that I wasn't teaching them properly, didn't mean that I wasn't correct. You know, you have a lot of people be like, who raised that child? And I blame the mother. Well, another reason why I'm so particular about my friends and the people that I am surrounded with is because I'm aware that I'm having an influence on their children. And so I want people around me who can have an influence on my children for those things that my children don't necessarily want to believe me. So it would absolutely behoove me to surround myself with people who can influence my family and be aware that my influence is influencing their family. So back to the current topic, which is Black joy as resistance. So what that means is you may not be able to do the protests. You may not be able to donate to a cause. You may not be able to volunteer your time. But something that you may not be aware of that may be one of the strongest things that you can do is be a joyful person, is to be a happy person. Because think about it. The entire point of everything that they do to us systemically, everything that they do to us, all of these tactics are to take our joy. Because at the end of the day, if you can't pay your bills, it's taking your joy. If you can't spend time with your family, it's taking your joy. If your family members are dying or going to prison, it is taking your joy. So one of the strongest, most powerful things that we can do when we can do nothing else. And I say that to say that there is no excuse for not doing something. Everybody needs to be doing something. And activism should not be a performance, it should be a lifestyle. So this next series is going to be about Black joy as resistance. And I hope you will come here and sit down with me and have an open mind. And let's discuss the ways that we can now transfer all the things that we've been doing, like me, all of the years of activism, all of the years of work, all of the years of tireless work, how we can now take that, alchemize it, and shift it into a life of joy and be joyful, be great, like we are innately against all odds. So I look forward to seeing you here on this next series. We're going to have some fun. Join me next time on The Cookout.